We're here today at the Johnson Detention Center speaking to Major Chris Hudson. Today we're going to be talking about the booking process and what that entails here at the Lawrence Sheriff's Office. I'm Lieutenant Scott Franklin. Of course, this is Major Hudson. And Major Hudson, today we want to just get a general idea. Of course, we hope it never happens to you, but if you are arrested, and there's a process there, obviously, so we'd like to go a little bit through that process to see what it entails from the time you arrive to the time you're actually placed in a holding situation.
What happens is the officers from the street would bring an inmate into the facility, and as they come into the facility, there's a call box that they notify the Sally Port operator that they are here and they're attempting to actually get into the Sally Port area with the inmate. And then the Sally Port operator would actually open this gate, actually directly behind us. And as they enter the gate, then they would go directly into the Sally Port area to enter our facility.
And this is all secure once you're inside that gate. There's no, everything's secure and everything's
That's
square
correct.
until you get into the building.
Once they're in the Sally Port gate, everything is secure, and then we proceed to take the inmate from the patrol car into the actual facility, into the detention center.
Next step we'll go to is the actual, once you enter the detention center, the process as it begins from that point, and we'll pick it up there. And Major Hudson, this would be the brain center of the operation, is that right? This guy controls what happens as far as in and out, or?
This is the control system that one of the locations that we have inside the facility.
Gotcha. And so what we're going to do now is the inmate has just been brought into the Sally Port area, and now we're going to enter the building and see what happens from this point forward. Now, Major Hudson, as an officer from whichever agency, because of course we use Lawrence City, Clinton City, and Highway Patrol and Sheriff's Office, one of those agencies bringing a guy in, and we've just walked in from the outside Sally Port area, what would be the first step as we enter the jail?
This area here is, of course, the intake area, and this is actually the first stop that the inmate would be inside the facility, actually being searched. That is included the pat-down search, as well as at this point they would turn over all property over to our officers to place in a safe location.
So the detention officer would actually enter this room and conduct the search, or with the officer?
Now, the actual detention officer would come out here along with the arresting officer to assist with the actual search.
Okay, all right. And then we'll enter into the actual
jail booking area.
All right, let's do that. Now we actually have one of our deputies going to assist us in a kind of a mock-up of a booking process, and Lieutenant Champagne is going to walk us through, and Major Hudson, you're going to help us understand the process. I understand booking is not is a lot involved process, so we're not going to go through step by step, but just a general idea of what would happen, say, if this individual is now being booked from where we just come in from.
As the inmate comes in from intake into booking, there are a series of questions that we would ask in different forms and so forth. And Lieutenant Champagne is in the position to be able to do some additional search and pat down type things. And Officer Cook, she's one of our booking officers here at the detention center, and she would go through several series of questions and so forth. I'll let her explain further about some of those particular questions.
Once they come in and been patted down, I would take that picture over here on the wall, get the picture, and go through a series of questions and paperwork. Once that's completed, I will take them over to the live scan area.
And for people who may not know, the live scan is what?
And complete the fingerprinting process. So over here, I'll do the fingerprinting process.
So this is for fingerprinting?
Mm-hmm,
Okay,
this
gotcha.
is for fingerprinting.
Gotcha.
After that is done, take them back over there, we'll sign any additional paper they had to have signed. Lieutenant classifies them, and then they will go to pre-class. And that's about it.
And from that point, they would actually be possibly in the holding area up to 72 hours prior to them actually going to housing. That allows them time to be able to bond out if they're able to, of course, go to bond court and get some additional classification and monitoring from our staff. The live scan unit itself is an automated system that actually does fingerprints that automatically sends to SLED and FBI for additional identification measures.
So once this process was completed, then they would be housed until such time as they had their bond hearing, and then after that, they would either be released or detained.
That's correct.
Appreciate you, and thank you for showing us the process, and your staff, of course. It's very detailed, and we appreciate all that you guys do. That's going to do it for this episode of Instructional Television. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.